Professors Venkat Lakshmi here with us, and we're going to spend a few minutes and ask some interesting questions and learn about her. Ma'am, could you first introduce yourself and tell us about your background, your
Yes, sir.
education, and how you came into teaching in the first place?
Yeah, my name is Dr. Venkat Lakshmi Charakapu. I work as the principal for a senior secondary college. It is AP Model School. These schools are actually catering the needs of educationally deprived and economically downtrodden students of the villages in Andhra Pradesh. Actually, the model schools are set up with a vision to empower students, especially the girl child, to come up with education, nurture them in all ways. So myself, I'm a postgraduate in English literature, and then I've been a teacher for 12 years, English language teacher. And then what I felt was teaching, of course, is a blessed profession, but when it comes to an administrator point of view, you can not just guide the students towards education, but train them into responsible citizens,
Right.
and also the school community. So in both ways, I feel blessed to be an administrator or an educator or a school leader. So
I want you to step back, 10 years ago or 15 years ago,
Yeah.
the point when you decided to become a teacher.
Yeah.
You're studying English literature, and at some point you must have felt like teaching is my profession.
Yes.
How did that come to you, or was there a process of self-discovery that led you into teaching?
Yeah, it is not entirely part of the self-discovery. I
Okay.
have grown looking at my teachers.
Yes,
They have
of
been my
course.
role models. So right from childhood, I have been dreaming of becoming a teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
We used to enact teacher-student roles. I
Yes,
used to be
yes.
the teacher.
You
My
were always
siblings
a
used to-
teacher.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
always a teacher, trying to impart things to my
Some
siblings.
people are born to be teachers. You're like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it happens.
Uh-huh.
So actually, I had the opportunity to work under a number of MNCs. I've got the opportunity to work as a soft skills trainer at HSBC and all these things.
Oh, okay.
So, but then I actually decided to be a teacher because a corporate employee or a software employee, whatever it is, he might be earning in lakhs.
Yeah.
But the amount of satisfaction a teacher gets.
Mm.
Now, I can take you as an example. You are an Indian, you
Yes.
relocated to the US,
Yeah.
you come back to your place, very few might recognize you.
Yes.
But I worked for a year at a very remote village in India. I come back after 10 years.
Yeah. Everyone will recognize.
Everybody will recognize the parents, the students,
Correct. Okay.
and maybe the local villagers and everybody. So that is the recognition a teacher will only get.
Yes. Correct.
Might it be in his village or anywhere else, the student sees his teacher, he comes running.
Yes,
He just
absolutely.
forgets his position, whatever.
Yeah,
So
correct.
that is the blessed profession.
Yeah, I do that when I see my physics teacher
Definitely,
today.
it's so nostalgic.
She's retired, she's old, but it sends a shiver through my spine.
That
I
is the
fall at her feet.
different types of teachers. Because
But you don't
what I
forget
feel
your
is,
teachers,
yeah,
right? They-
because teaching is always mending. Because whatever job, be it a very celebrated profession, may it be a doctor, may it be a police, may it be an advocate, whatever, all these professions come into action when something negative happens.
Correct.
Doctor, he treats when there is a disease.
When there's a disease.
Police, he comes into action when some crime
When there's a
occurs.
crime or something
Or a
wrong
lawyer,
happens.
whatever.
Correct.
But a teacher, he comes into action when something has not happened because he
Correct.
trains the students into a positive way.
Correct.
So that is where a teacher comes into, light.
Probably the
It's the
only
positive side.
proactive profession.
Yeah.
ever.
But yes, the role has changed. Like from earlier, teaching was a sage on the stage. Now we are supposed to be, working as a guide by the side, I can say. You just act as a guide. You need not, sit and impart or deliver lectures to the student. He's not going to listen to you. You just be a mentor, act as a guide by his side.
Right.
He will bloom up.
I'm used to hearing this from, let's say, urban schools, international schools with, highly paid
Yes.
teachers and staff and all that. You work for the government
Yes,
in a
sir.
government
Yes,
school. To hear something like this from you, I find it shocking, sorry to say that, because government schools are underfunded, the teachers are underappreciated, the staffing is not sufficient. This is what I hear about government schools in general, right? Maybe situation has changed, maybe government is more
Yes,
supportive now. But usually I find people, ask anyone, they send their children to private schools or to international school and all, and you ask them why not government schools, they're like, it doesn't even come into their mind that it's an option. But you have no skepticism. You are such a positive person. I'm shocked by that. So tell me about your experience working in the government sector in education and you did it by choice.
Yes.
So you tell me about that experience, ma'am. Maybe there's so much positivity
It
there.
is definitely a surreal experience.
Yeah.
Teaching innocent students, because they don't have access to many things.
That is true.
As I told in the roundtable session, they don't have access to proper nutrition.
Right.
Girls, they don't have access to proper menstrual comforts and all these things.
Correct.
So when I work with such a kind of community, may it be a girl or a boy, it is equally empowering, not just to the students, it is to the teacher and to the educator or an administrator like me. And not just working with the students, we try to evolve. Actually, I evolved as a person. I have been a principal for the past 5 years, that's it.
Okay.
I don't have much of an experience as a principal, but while I was a teacher to an administrator, many things have evolved me into a better person. The way I talk, the way I respond to the community, different things are there. So that whatever, all that you learn is only because of the teaching profession, because you tend to see a student, you tend to see the parent, you tend to see the the community, the village community, the public representatives.
Right.
So it works.
How about infrastructure, funding, budget,
I'm
staffing, and
point.
government support?
As you said that the government schools are actually looked below.
Yeah.
You feel they are downtrodden or something like that, but it is not like that, sir. All the state governments, as I come from Andhra Pradesh, as I told, not just Andhra Pradesh, all the state governments are actually being funded by Samagra Shiksha nowadays.
Yes.
So the project is actually working wonders.
I see.
And not just academics, as we also spoke about in the recent session. It is the vocational education that is.
Shiksha means equal education for everyone.
No, it is a wing actually working towards the betterment of education, especially in the government schools in the states.
Okay.
Each state has got its own Samagra Shiksha, SSI it is actually.
Okay.
So like the funding and everything is being looked after by the government.
I see.
We have free meals, free textbooks, whatever. Each state government is offering that.
Yes.
So it is not a problem. Only thing is the perception of the parent should change.
Correct.
That is what putting the student into some corporate school will fetch him great scores, or you put it in a government school, it is a shame or an insult. It is not like that.
Right.
I can proudly say many of my students who studied in our school have got admissions into top IITs. NEET, they have cracked NEET ranks.
Okay.
They were almost single parents. Children, and also they are excelling, they are coming out in flying colors.
Wow.
It is all the mindset that matters. The teacher must be dedicated, may it be a private teacher or a government teacher, whatever. It is the mindset that has to be in the teacher, ensuring that the child turns into a responsible citizen. It is not just the scores, as I already told. Vocational education, I always stress upon the skill education.
Right.
A student who might be low in scores might be very much skillful in some other thing. In my school, what I practice is I encourage students who are generally slow learners, who are all looked down. We don't really try to bring them out. We always focus on the high achievers, because we are all
you want to achieve the ranks,
the scores and the
scores
display and all
like
that. So what we do is, if we have any kind of cultural activities, co-curricular or extracurricular activities, all these slow learners who are actually declared to be failures,
correct,
to say in fact, are actually encouraged to work, and these are the ones who are very much technically sound. We have tabs given to the students free of charge by the government.
Okay.
And the tab doesn't work, even the high achiever, he doesn't know how to operate. This fellow will be first.
He will be able to figure it out.
I will be so amazed that I generally tell them that you need not have any kind of formal education. Just put them into some corporate MNC or some software company, train them for 3 months, they are done. So that kind of enthusiasm is there in the student who is a slow learner. The thing lies in the teacher to tap him at the right point. If that tapping is done, he will definitely shine. He need not be a great scorer in terms of marks. He can come out in some other activity. What I do is I invite parents from different vocations. A parent can be a plumber, a parent can be a farmer, anybody,
any
a
kind of
porter.
profession.
So I call upon the parent of the slow learner to show the students how to fix a bulb, basic things. Now the child who is actually labeled as a slow learner, he feels privileged that his father is coming and delivering a class. So he feels very proud, and he feels identified. So the confidence, it matters. So once you give that push and tap him in the right point, he will excel.
You're absolutely right, ma'am. I saw a recent posting by a startup company. This for a job description. and this was the role was chief of staff to the CEO, not a small role.
Yes, sir.
The job description said, if you were a below average student, but you participated in so many clubs and organizations and all these extracurricular activities, then this is who I want. I want a generalist who can do everything.
Yes,
You may not be a
yes.
specialist in anything. You
Yes,
may not be good at math, but I want a generalist who can just solve problems.
Yes.
Who's enthusiastic enough and almost blind enough to just go and attack problems and try to
Yes.
solve them. This was a job description. So I think you're preparing
Yes,
students
sir.
for the
Yes,
real
sir.
world
Because
actually.
all, the toppers or whoever who are
Yeah.
actually into these corporate colleges or
Yeah.
institutions, they are just like a mushroom cultivation, I can say.
Right.
They are just reared as mushrooms.
Yeah.
They don't know how to face the world.
Right.
Even I have a 11-year-old daughter at
Yeah.
home. I have actually joined her into a Cambridge curriculum school, which my husband actually opposed to.
Okay.
He wanted her to join into this IIT orientation or NEET
Yeah.
orientation, get her into that rat race.
Right.
But what I feel is a student must have the power of expression.
Right.
You know, once you know how to express yourself, you get the averagest of the average score. That is
Yeah.
enough. You can express yourself and excel in the future.
Right.
The company is there to train you in whatever way. A basic degree is enough. You don't need to, come out in flying colors all the time.
Yes.
Because it is not possible for every student.
Correct.
So you judge him not just by marks, you judge him by his capabilities.
Correct.
He'll turn out into a better person.
Your school is focused on the girl child. Now, in India, the girl child is still not rated as the same.
Yes,
And you know
yes,
this
sir.
from your
Yes.
lived experience also. You
Yes.
will know. So, what are the things that your school is doing as a principal? What are the things that you are doing to I don't think one person can solve it, but what are the challenges that you face and what are the things that you do
Yes,
to
sir.
solve
Actually, one minute hope that you give at least to one student, it is more than an achievement.
Yes.
We need not change the entire community or the entire village.
Correct.
Simple example of one girl at least retained from 10th to intermediate is a great achievement for me.
Yes.
So I have many parents who feel that because we offer a residential mode of schooling to the students, especially to
you
the
have
girls.
boarding also?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have a residential pattern for girls.
Okay.
It is a co-education school, but we offer hostel facility to the girls.
Wow.
So the parents' mindset is that because we have a hostel, you put the girl into the hostel for till 12th standard.
Okay.
Later get her married.
Okay.
That is the mindset.
That
of
is the
student.
general mindset.
Yeah, parent. Because as I told, there are most of them are the migrant laborers. They don't find an option to look after the child, so they just put her into the hostel and then leave.
Okay.
12th standard, she comes out. They are least bothered if the girl passes or fails. Also, just find her a match.
They're just going to
get her married.
Ah.
So there are multiple cases where we convince the parent to hold the child. And one such girl who was actually supposed to be married is into MBBS now.
Wow.
She cracked NEET and she's doing her medicine second year at one of the top medical colleges in AP.
Right.
So I cannot
I think
name
one
girl.
child like that will
She will
reflect on
definitely
like 100
change.
children,
The
right?
family's vision will change.
Correct.
In turn, the village visions will change.
Correct.
The community will change. It is
Yes.
not an overtime, result or an achievement.
Yeah, correct.
But the ripple it
Yes.
creates
The
change.
effect it has on
Yeah,
society
yeah.
is
It will change.
immeasurable.
Yes, sir.
I know that your school is not in an urban location,
Yes.
so there's a little bit of personal sacrifice involved in being
Yes,
able
yes,
to take up this job.
Yes.
So tell me about the personal sacrifices you've made. And I know you don't think of it as a sacrifice,
Actually,
but
it is not really a sacrifice. I'm paid for what I'm doing. So it is not really a sacrifice, but because you asked, the only sacrifice is I have to travel
Yeah.
4 hours a day.
Yeah.
Or
Oh
2
my
hours in the
God.
morning and 2 hours in the afternoon. I can even stay near the school,
Yeah.
but I need to even cater to my family.
Yes, yes.
So I actually start up by 6:30 in the morning and I reach home by around 7:30 in the evening.
Wow.
So different weather conditions. It might be raining, it might be scorchy hot,
Yeah.
different things. But that sacrifice, sir, it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah.
When I see faces of the students who will be eagerly waiting to meet their principal. Once I'll be taking up classes randomly.
Yeah.
Once I enter the class, they are all blooming because it is not the regular teaching.
Correct,
We have actually a YouTube channel. I take up funny science activities or
Yeah.
some phonetics and all.
Okay.
Children are very much interested. So when you find such an you know, excitement or the interest from the students' face, whatever sacrifice that we do or whatever pain or heartstakes that we take will vanish.
Wow.
It is not just for namesake, it is the experience that I feel every
Yes,
day.
yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
This has been such a inspiring conversation for me, and you're a true
No,
example
no, no.
of a good
it is
teacher.
beyond beyond the words.
So I
sir.
want
It
to
is
thank you for the
Pleasure is
service that
mine,
you're
sir.
doing, and I'm sure your students are going to be the testimony. They're going to
Yes,
stand
sir.
testament to all
Even
the
I'm hoping
sacrifices
for
that you're
that.
making.
Yes,
And
sir.
the challenges of a working woman have not changed in India.
Yes,
it has
that
been
is
the
there.
same for a long
Yes.
time. So whatever you're doing, I think it's absolutely
A
wonderful.
working woman, she does just not just stand up to the expectations of the family or the firm that she is working in.
Correct.
She has to stand up to the expectations of the society,
Also, right? You are living
Different
in
things
that
are
context.
there.
So there's so many aspects to it.
And of course, there would be family cooperation, everything, it comes into action.
Yes.
When a woman, she shines before the limelight,
Correct.
definitely there would be a supporting family,
yeah,
you know,
there must be
behind
people
her back.
behind that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The teamwork from her colleagues,
Yes.
I always advocate upon that.
Yes.
I'm actually blessed to have such a team.
Yes.
Because without them, I just can't make
Captain
wonders.
is only as good as
Yeah,
the team.
yeah. The players must play actually.
Yes, yeah.
I'm only the guiding person.
Correct. So thank you so much for your service,
Pleasure
ma'am,
is
and
mine,
thank you
sir.
for giving us this interview. It's a pleasure and a privilege to have
sir.
met you and spoken to you today.
Yes,
I
sir.
wish you, more and more success.
Thank
and
you so much, sir.
your hands and your your umbrella should touch, the most number of students.
Yeah, at
So,
least if it can change one life into
Yes.
a positive side,
mhm.
it is definitely a blessing for me. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very
Thank
much,
you so
ma'am.
much,
On
sir.
behalf of all the teachers that have changed my
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
I
Even
thank you very
I
much.
represent
Yes.
the entire teaching community. It's not
Yes.
just me. It is the entire teaching community who sacrifice every day for the betterment
Yes.
of the student.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.